Hey guys. So I'm sure most of you have been seeing the whole Cardi and Nicki mess. I've always been a big defender. Well, I won't say defender, but I've always supported Cardi when it comes to the Nicki Minaj stuff, and that was even before I went into hip hop. I was always just a fan of, you know, Park and Eminem. Those were my favorites, and then Kendrick debuted, and he was just like my all time. And still, he's still my all time, especially after the past 2 years. But even before then, I could always just connect with him. I don't agree with his politics, and I don't agree with the side he's on when it comes to politics and all of that. But I appreciate his artistic intelligence and his creativity and all of that. And currently, I like her music. It's nice most times. I'm not really into the sexual stuff. When I heard about that yellow and some of the other stuff she's done, I kind of liked it. Nicki, I like her songs too. I mean, come on. My high school days of Starships and all the other stuff. Bottom line though is I still always felt that Nicki twice, 3 times, 5 times is not a coincidence. Always having issues with new girls who come into the whole situation, especially when those new girls begin to reach certain milestones. Of course, you have the record when it comes to album sales, aside from, you know, the legend, but miseducation of Lauren Hill. You have hits and all. Let other people shine. And then when people come for her, it's like, oh, they're coming for Cardi B. But historically, in every essence or sense of the word, whether it's a throne, someone's always going to come for it. It's never just there and everybody just goes about. When you talk about monarchy, so in any sense of the word, whether it's a throne that anyone is on top, either in politics or in a monarchical system or in music or in anything, someone's always going to come for it because someone wants to be at the top. That's life. Don't make it like it's a bad thing. Then they say they're coming for her. But hip hop is an antagonistic sport. It's not like pop music where everyone is like, oh, we're supposed to be friends and blah, blah, blah. It's about competition, and competition can get nasty. That's just how it goes. But anyway, what I'm saying is, you've seen the back and forth and everything. People are saying, and I don't like when people try to equate something and say, well, both sides did something because Nikki said something and Cardi responded when it comes to their kids. No. Whoever comes first with something vile and disgusting and insults, you do not have a right to police the response. You can come and say, I'm stupid. I say, you're mad. You can't come and tell me, why did I say she's mad? She said I'm stupid. You can't come and say something horrific about my kid and then I respond and it's like, oh my God, both of you, Carly should have taken you higher ground. No, she shouldn't have. I wouldn't, and so I wouldn't judge her for that. You go to the gutter and you insult my child, I will bury you inside that gutter. That's just how it goes. So I just came to say I'm on Carly's side. I don't care how people view that about me. And I know people who listen to politics but say, oh, why would I be listening to this? It's entertainment, it's fun. I'm on Carly's side, that's it. And then in other news, Joey Badass, who, went against Kendrick Lamar, and I was of the side that he shouldn't have come for Kendrick because you're not on that caliber. People say that, oh, he debuted the same time, blah, blah, blah. But he took a hiatus. Yes, Kendrick took a 5-year hiatus. But based on everything that happened within those 5 years, he had 2 kids. He started a company. He signed his cousin under his management. There was a lot of things that he did personally and business-wise before he finally came back. So it wasn't like he went away and he had nothing to do with it. Everything he did in those 5 years had to do with music. Starting his company, trying to become more of an exec, signing his cousin. And then he had kids. And it's not even 5 years. If we really do the math, it's 19, 20, and 21. Even 21, he released Family Matters with his family ties with his cousin. But anyway, Jay Badass came for Kendrick, last year or early this year? I can't remember the timeline. And I didn't support it because if you're going to go for the top guy, why didn't you go when it was Drake? If you're so hip-hop, why didn't you go when it was Drake? You only went when Kendrick finally, became the guy and was doing the things for everyone. But anyways, I knew it wasn't going to end well and I knew what it was. I mean, Drake fans would come in and celebrating him, but I knew that it was not going to end well for him because Drake fans would wanted anyone who was going to go against Kendrick. And now, his album he released, I knew that Drake fans were not going to, buy it. And he doesn't have fans. He has a few people, but it's not enough because he's been away for so long. Most people have forgotten about him. He's not able to cultivate that base. And there's nothing wrong with that. He had other passions, it's fine. But you can't come for the top guys and think they have to respond to you when they've actually done the work to get there. They have the base that takes them there as well. You don't. And well, he did his album, as I predicted, didn't do well. 9K, didn't even debut in the Billboard 100. And I'm not a numbers girl, but for someone whose album is lonely at the top, and with everything that he did, going at Kendrick and his fans saying, oh, why shouldn't he go at Kendrick, blah, blah, blah. Well, look what happened. Some Kendrick fans were actually his fans, but I was spite, they didn't listen to it. Yeah, Hollywood, everyone is their money, they can do what they want with it. And well, he cancelled his tour. He was supposed to do Rhapsody and Absol, Dark Hour tour. That was cancelled as well because nobody's buying the tickets. Album didn't do well, tour cancelled. It was a bad strategy. What would have been the best strategy was him doing a remix of one of Don's songs, a celebration of what Don was bringing to hip hop. Oh, look at you, I admire what you're doing, trying to bring back that flavor to hip hop. That was what he would have done. But he didn't. Instead, he went at the guy who was trying to bring back what he says he likes in hip hop. Not at the guy who was actually promoting what he likes in hip hop. Who else said, okay, fine, I'm out. Anyways, that's what I have now for